Being married to a career wife, is it enjoyable or a torture? Hi friends, welcome to Marriage Realities, a comprehensive relationship channel. Today's video will be debating whether your relationship is enjoyable or torturous if you are married to a career wife. There is a difference between a career wife and a working wife. A working wife works for the financial betterment of a family. She treats her job more like a livelihood. She always looks at a job as something which provides her with some useful money. But the mentality of a career wife is entirely different. A career wife is basically very ambitious about her profession. So, to a career wife, her profession comes above her family. A career wife is hungry to succeed in a profession. She literally lives and breathes her career, and she would never tolerate any sort of an interference into her profession. This is the reason that being married to a career wife is tricky. Your wife is proud about the giant strides she takes in becoming a force to reckon with in a profession. As a husband, you are alarmed when your wife, in her ambition towards a profession, treats her family as a second-hand option. You have no doubts that your wife loves you. But there is something in the behavior of your career wife which you feel is rather overbearing to you. Your wife acts that much decisive and arbitrary about family problems. Her voice is too high-pitched for your liking. You feel the tone of your career wife is too authoritative, and there are times you're tongue-tied before her. You do not like it when your wife has many official calls coming in between your family time. You're naturally angry when your wife is always in one official call or the other, even when she is home. The attitude of your wife makes you often wonder if she's considering a profession a little too important than a family life. That concentrated is your wife in her work. When your wife is career-oriented, she never divides her personal life and her professional life. She has absolutely no balance between work and family. In fact, your career wife converts her family time into her official time as she's too focused on her work and its related problems. Your wife keeps studying further and further about her profession to climb higher and higher up in the ladder of success. When your wife leaps far ahead of you in her work, the huge status she enjoys in her profession makes you feel very overshadowed by her. Wherever you go together, your wife is the focus of attention, while you're left all alone, unattended and unnoticed. You spend lonely hours at home, while your ambitious wife is busy with a hectic work schedule. You earn that your wife concentrates more on her family life also, don't you? Your career wife has that much of her official work that she hardly has time for her family. Your wife feels you should understand a tight work schedule. Living with a career wife needs an entirely different kind of attitude from you. You're forced to live your married life in an entirely different way to make it work. You can no longer afford to be dominating towards your wife. Yestergeneration man had the luxury of his wife looking after him and the family, while he had only to bring in the money to run the family. But you no longer enjoy such a comfort zone as your wife is totally focused on her work. Your wife is completely into her official work even when she's home. When your wife is too career-oriented, her focus is on her work and her success, and not on maintaining a home or looking after your children. You're resentful that your wife no longer likes taking care of the family, but you well know that you cannot advise your wife about it. You realize that your wife will retaliate vehemently even if you open your mouth about her family duties. When your wife is too concentrated on her work, everything about your married life becomes mechanical and robotic. No more emotional bonding between you and your wife. There are no more friendly interaction between you. Just going about your married life on a day-to-day basis without the element of love in it. It is true that it is no longer possible to maintain your family on the income of a single person. Financial needs have changed that much. The luxuries of yesteryears have become the necessity of today. So you need lots of money to maintain a good standard of living. This is the reason you wanted your wife to work, so that she too can contribute towards your family needs. Everything goes smoothly until your wife becomes more successful than you. And your relationship problems intensifies when your wife becomes very career oriented because of the success she's now enjoying in her profession. behavior of your wife undergoes many drastic changes when she enjoys incredible success and financial status in a profession. There are times when your wife dominates you in many family issues. You feel lost as you're dethroned from your crown as the head of the family. Living with a career wife needs lots of adjustments from you. You feel that the success of your wife has made her somewhat dominating and headstrong. You think that your wife acts pushy with you in demanding that a decision in family matters should be implemented by you to the dot. Many a time you feel small before your career wife. You feel a pinch of envy when your career wife strides ahead of you in a profession. You are overawed by her growing stature in a profession. Though you drastically need the money your wife earns, you are unhappy when she treats her work as the entirety of her life. You want your wife to love and care for you. You want your wife to look after your children with loving care. You want her to respect your family. You want your wife to cook well for you. You want your wife to support you unconditionally when you need it. You want your wife to work just for the financial betterment of your family. But your life turns upside down when your wife becomes career-oriented. How should you handle the situation when your wife becomes too career-oriented? Well, you have no other goal than to adjust to the ambitions of your wife if you want to save your marriage. Do not be old-fashioned about your wife. You can no longer expect that your wife must be the only one to look after your family. When you need the money of your wife, it's only natural that you adjust to her work-related demands. Be understanding towards the hectic work timings of your wife. Realize her work-related stress and tension. Look after your children when your wife is away at work. Never pick up fights with her for petty reasons. Do not vent your frustration and jealousy on her. Statistics show that a career woman is often unhappy with her family life. It is because for a career woman, her profession always comes first. When there is any intrusion in her profession from you, she feels her personal zone violated by you. If you want your marriage to work, you should first understand this. Adjustments and adaptations are more tilted towards you. You have no other goal than to adjust and adapt to your career wife. If you lock horns with your wife about her concentration towards a profession, you might lose your marriage. Will this video make you understand that when the concentration of your wife is too focused on her work, your life turns topsy-turvy? Marriage Realities will have many such relationship eye-openers. Subscribe to my channel to understand your marriage in a new light. Press the bell icon for updates about my latest relationship videos. Make love forever until death do us part your relationship goal.